with the Eagles and Niners losing. Look who that opens the door for a nice little one-seed path to the basket here if they keep doing what they're doing. Your Detroit Lions. Our Detroit Lions.
Man.
I love watching this team play. You keep thinking they're that plucky team from Detroit because they'll keep hitting you in the mouth. And they've done everything that Dan Campbell said that he would do, with the exception of the cannibalism, right?
That we know of. Yeah, no kneecaps.
They've really done that. They have built it. How good is this team? And David Montgomery's had a terrific season. He's now going to be out for a couple of weeks. So have Craig Reynolds come in and hit the crap out of the Bucs as Amon-Ra St. Brown is catching one over the middle, and he goes all the way around the end for a score.
Tiptoes down the side.
Jared Goff. Everybody scoffed about Goff, and I totally understand why you would. Again, he was the Bambi out of cow that watched Carson Wentz have more success early on in his career. Okay, Carson Wentz was talked about an MVP candidate the year.
He was going to win that year.
When he blew his knee out,
I know,
leaping for the end zone head first in the Coliseum with Aaron Donald closing in on him. Bad career choice. He goes out. Eagles still win the Super Bowl. And Goff winds up making the Super Bowl himself a couple of years later with a Rams team that is coached by the Svengali of all offensive Svengalis of the current day and age. And that guy decides, I'm going with Stafford instead. And they send him to Detroit. And your initial thought is that is the NFL Siberia. And look what he's done in the NFL Siberia. Field Yates tweeted this out. His last 17 games, he's completed 67.6% of his passes for 4,473 yards, 29 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. The Lions are 13-4 in those 17 games. The reason why we choose 17 games is because you know that's a full NFL season at present. These Lions could go 13-4 this year. For sure. For sure. I had a man crush on Aiden Hutchinson well before Dan Campbell. Okay? And I understand. I might, coming up on tomorrow's power rankings, I might choose another team above the Lions right now because even myself, I'm trying to get to saying the Lions are better than the 49ers. If they play the 49ers minus McCaffrey or minus Debo and McCaffrey like the Browns did, Lions are going to win that football game, I believe.
Think so.
If McCaffrey's back and Debo's back and the full strength and Trent Williams can stand there and try and block Aiden Hutchinson like he blocked all the Cleveland Browns from beating the crap out of Debo Samuel prior to the game, then the Lions might have some trouble. Certainly if they've – I can't even say if they go to San Francisco because this team, for some reason, just – not for some reason. I think it's the coach and it's just their makeup. They're rallying on the road. And Goff is supposed to be the guy that you can beat outside of a dome. And they're going on the road. They go to Tampa, and that wasn't close to being a game. It just wasn't. And you look at the games they have left this weekend at Baltimore. Man, is that great. Isn't this great on a week that we're looking at Miami versus Philadelphia, and that could be, 40-30 or whatever it is, that this is a game that could be like 17-14, swapping paint and hitting the crap out of each other because that Ravens defense I saw on Sunday against the Titans is top 3 in the NFL. Absolutely. If they're healthy. Roquan Smith was literally everywhere.
Quan.
Sorry. And then, home for Vegas on a Monday night. Dude.
Should be a win.
And by the way, Lions fans are showing up everywhere. They might have to go silent snap again, the Chargers in week 10 when the Lions go visit. Then comes maybe the softest part of their schedule, which is their division.
Yep.
They've got 5 games left in division. You could say their toughest game in division they've already won at Green Bay. With all due respect to Minnesota, that game against Dallas.
Look at the back half of that schedule. At Chargers, at Dallas.
Right. And again,
That's it.
you want to talk about beating Goff. You want him outside in the cold. The only one that's outside in the cold is at Chicago, Week 14. Everything else is at home or in a dome. In a dome.
Remember when Matthew Berry said this when we were talking fantasy?
About go get him for fantasy. At Baltimore is outside. At Chicago is outside. Everything else is indoors where the track meet can go and Goff can just sit back and pick you apart. And I'm telling you, you've got to believe in the Detroit Lions. You know? We've got a new radio affiliate coming up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We're launching next week. I did an interview with them today.
Nice.
And you know, one of the hosts asked, is there a come down to earth game for the Lions? And I'm like, what's come down to earth? This is a real team. This is real. This is real. Come down to earth is what? You're going to lose 3 more times before the end of the season? Guess what you are? 13-4, which is what Goff is over his last 17. This is real, folks. This is real. So the conversation about can they be the 1 seed? You bet they can. You bet they can as the Eagles and Niners play each other. And the Eagles play the Miami Dolphins and the Cowboys twice. And the Niners have 2 more games with the Seahawks coming up. Hell yeah. They could sit back and watch the Eagles and Niners beat each other up, and then they play some tougher opponents and sneak past. And even if they don't sneak past the 49ers, do you think the 49ers would like to see the Lions come visit them for a divisional game or an NFC championship game? Hell no. Not the way that they're currently playing. So stay healthy, stack wins, to use the phrase that Dak said last night.
Yep.
And sit back and watch it because they're for real. I think they've proven that over 6 weeks. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.